Over the last 6 to 8 months, what has happened? Right before the trial, they add a charge. What charge might they add, especially if Johnny Somali acts up? Because we have information based on his pattern of behavior that we've well established. And by the way, he would go to jail even if he appeals. Even if he appeals.
Guys, this isn't just another controversy anymore. This is the final round. For months, Johnny Somali has been stirring chaos in South Korea, live-streaming provocations, posting incriminating videos, and acting like the law couldn't touch him. But now, things have finally caught up with him. On October 29th, his court session isn't just another hearing. Korean media are already calling it the critical session. This is the day his fate gets decided. Anything from a heavy fine to several years behind bars is now on the table. The entire internet is tuned into one thing: Johnny Somali's sentencing. Think about it. This is a streamer who basically uploaded every one of his own crimes. He documented the evidence himself and tightened the noose around his own neck. Before the police or the courts could even react, he had already destroyed his chances of getting away. So today's video is going to be different. We're covering Johnny Somali's sentencing, the next trial update, and why things look worse for him than ever. Stick around until the end, because the details will shock you. Now, Johnny Somali's time is almost up. Remember how he once bragged that he had plenty of time to escape, to manipulate people to stay free a little longer?
I just got guaranteed today. What? They gonna say I'm coping in free season. 3 more months of freedom. Hell yeah. 3 more months of freedom. 3 more months of freedom. What's up, you guys?
But that time is completely gone. His freedom is over, and the whole world is watching. This has turned into one of the biggest internet sagas we've seen in years.
I guess people like to see drama and hate content at this point, but people are addicted to my story. Like, literally. Like, they're like, when's the next update? When's the next Johnny video? When's the next? Obviously, people can say all publicity is not good.
Millions of people tune in just to see how this will end. Some may call it hate watching, others say it's pure drama. But no matter how you look at it, people are hooked on the downfall of an IRL criminal streamer. Usually, guys like this find loopholes, dodge accountability, and somehow escape consequences. But not this time. People want justice. People want to see him punished properly. And South Korean authorities know it. That's why all eyes are locked on this case. And here's the thing, Johnny Somali knows it too. He's been showing signs that he might try to manipulate the process or even escape. Prosecutors have already picked up on this behavior, and if he acts out again before sentencing, the consequences could get even worse. This isn't just speculation either. For nearly every trial over the past 6 to 8 months, prosecutors have added new charges right before court.
What has happened every single trial pretty much over the last 6 to 8 months? What has happened? Right before the trial, they add a charge. What charge might they add, especially if Johnny Somali acts up? Because we have information based on his pattern of behavior that we've well established that he is about ready to act up. He is sending signals that he's acting up, that he's ready to act up. He's on the precipice. He's on the cusp of acting up. And there's a very specific thing that it looks like he's planning to do. A very specific thing and a very predictable thing that he looks like he's about to do.
And the same thing could happen again. Based on his pattern of behavior, Johnny Somali looks ready to push his luck once more. And if he does...
Tell me it's okay to physically assault Ramsey?
I never touched anybody. I never touched
assault an American citizen who never assaulted anyone or
in 2 years of streaming, I've never touched anyone.
Another charge could land on his record, something that carries a much harsher penalty. Let's break down where things currently stand legally. As of now, Johnny Somali is facing for obstruction of business charges, along with 2 additional minor crimes. All of these he has already pled guilty to.
So right now, we've got these, but they can always add more. They can always add more. We've got 4 obstruction of business, 2 minor crimes, all of which he's pled guilty to, which, by the way, these 4, the max is 12 years. The max is 12 years. It's not, if this new charge gets added, the max is life. The max is life. But for now, on paper, it's still 12. So, and mind you, if he gets additional count, this is just going to get closer and closer to the minimum. So these are the sentencing guidelines. So right now, the sentencing guideline dictates he gets at least 4 years and 9 months by default. So at least 4 years, 9 months. That's what the default is, just based on what he's got right. And then the max is 12. And by the way, he would go to jail even if he appeals. Even if he appeals, he would go to jail pending that appeal.
And yet, despite all of this, Johnny Somali still uploads his own criminal content online. He's literally documenting evidence against himself and trying to profit off of it. It's one of the most disrespectful things he could possibly do, and it shows he has no regard for South Korean law. This isn't just arrogance, it's self-destruction. Remember, this is the same guy who mocked the legal system, saying South Korean law was a joke.
The Korean legal system is not as strong as people think and perceive it to be. It's really like, if you, like, even the dude that punched me in the face.
He even went as far as insulting the judge and threatening the judge's mother.
Tell the judge you can suck my I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
Do you realize how reckless that is? Most people wouldn't dare speak about a judge like that. But Johnny Somali thought humiliating the court would somehow help him. In reality, all it did was make the judge angrier and guarantee a harsher sentence. And as we get closer to his sentencing, this case is shaping up to be a complete disaster for him. But here's the scary part. Johnny Somali doesn't seem worried. He believes South Korea won't keep him locked up for long. He thinks he'll be deported after a short sentence, just like what happened in Japan. In his mind, this is just a pit stop before he continues his chaos somewhere else. But let's not forget his own words. He's admitted that he knows what he's doing is wrong, but at the same time, he still insists he doesn't deserve consequences. I feel like I'm antagonized and canceled. I made fun of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the statue in Korea. But should people try to kill me over that?
Got the most views. I became the most infamous. But to charge me with all these like minor crimes and like lock me in this country for months for doing that, I feel like is still not right. I feel like it's both. I don't think I'm right, and I don't think the government right here is right.
I'm a nuisance. I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect. I just feel like I'm antagonized and demonized, like, and canceled to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm insensitive to cultures. I went to Japan. I made fun of the Hiroshima, Nagasaki, made fun of the statue in Korea. But should people try to kill me over that?
So let's get this straight. You admit to disrespecting cultures, mocking tragedies, and antagonizing people on purpose. But when consequences arrive, suddenly you're the victim. Nobody is buying that excuse anymore. And then, of course, there's his favorite defense, claiming it's all just comedy. I'm just a comedian. I'm here to entertain my audience, like Borat. That's his justification. But nobody is laughing. This isn't satire. This isn't parody. This is harassment, destruction, and disrespect, all filmed for clout. When you strip it all down, Johnny Somali hides behind multiple shields: his nationality, his race, his claims of mental illness, and now his comedian excuse. But the reality is simple. The more he talks, the worse it looks. And with his next trial date approaching fast, the worst move he could possibly make is continuing to upload incriminating content. Yet that's exactly what he's doing. So here's the bottom line. Johnny Somali has no idea how badly he could be destroyed by this sentencing. The guidelines are already harsh, the prosecutors have more ammo if they want to add charges, and the judge has every reason to throw the book at him. At this point, there's no escape. His arrogance, his content, his own words, everything is stacked against him. So what do you think? Should Johnny Somali get the full 12 years? Should they make an example out of him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.